Hey guys, what's up? Lumpy Ice Cream here, and running really late with this video. It's currently 8:23 in the morning. Gonna be doing my Hell in a Cell predictions, literally like 2 hours before the pre-show. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching the show on a delay. I have some stuff to handle today, so I'm gonna be doing that. I mean, it's also all going to come down to what I'm going to be watching it with Rob. We might shoot some videos and reactions to the matches afterwards and just see what we thought. I mean, if he wants to do that, then that's fine. We'll put those up. We'll be watching the show around 1 o'clock, so around that time. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive head first with these predictions. We got the pre-show, which I'm not gonna watch the pre-show. We got Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus the team of Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett, which it looks like from what I saw on SmackDown, they're looking to make that an actual like team now. I don't know, man. I don't like when two superstars are put into a team. It always feels half-assed, and it never really feels true. Cases in point are like Rated RKO. I thought they were, a decent team, but yeah, just weird. Jerry Show, Show Miz, like ones like that where they the Cosmic Wasteland or whatever the fuck they're called with bloody Stardust and the Ascension. Like, I think tag teams that are bought in together and they rise up the roster together, or a superstar is introduced as part of a team, such as Braun Strowman, who was introduced as part of the Wyatt family. They're a little bit stronger of a unit as opposed to these superstars who have had solo careers and now they're a tag team. I think it goes to show just how weak this tag team division is, that they need to take Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett and make them a team. Okay, we got King Barrett, right? Whose whole gimmick is like the whole peasant thing. He is a king. Why would he align himself with other people? It makes no sense. Sheamus, Mr. Money in the Bank. You shouldn't be trying to build him as a tag team. You should show him how he can stand on his own. And, because right now, I don't want him as a fucking world champion. I'd love for Sheamus to be world champion, but not the way they're building him up, because they're not building him up at all. They're putting him in matches that mean nothing, And you wonder why people have a problem with Sheamus being Mr. Money in the Bank. It just makes no sense. Rusev, I mean, Rusev's becoming slowly irrelevant day by day. Not that, he was relevant to begin with. I mean, I always hate, no matter how many times they try to explain it within the story itself, I always hate when they give the US title to a foreigner. It's always stupid, especially one such as Rusev, who hates the United States, so why would he have the United States Championship? I know they tried to write it in with, it just goes to show that, he can't be, no one in the US can take their title back. But why? It makes no sense. When he's so anti-American and then he's holding the US title, wouldn't it sicken him to hold that? It makes no sense. And it's kind of like a little bit the same with the Intercontinental belt. It's when someone's holding that and they're from the United States, it's like a little bit... It's not as bad because it's intercontinental, but this one is, the United States Championship, and when it's not... I mean, I'm fine with John Cena holding it. I don't have a problem with John Cena as a person. The character's getting a little stale. It's nice that they've put him down to the main card, not main card, the mid card kind of level. I mean, I just see, even though, okay, I know I'm going to get some flack for this, I'm not the biggest fan of Ric Flair. I just don't know why. If you're familiar with Doo-Hop, Doo-Hop doesn't like Sting, and he just can't explain why. That's kind of like me with Ric Flair. I don't have, like, a hatred for Ric Flair. I can respect what he's done in the business. I don't know. There's something about Ric Flair I don't like. And even I say that record shouldn't be beaten. That should be a record for a long time. And if it's ever beaten, don't have John Cena do it. I think if you're going to have someone try to beat that record, it needs to be someone who is pretty much loved by all fans. It can't be someone who's 50-50. With the crowd, because it just won't go over well. But yeah, I don't think anyone should touch that record or even tie it. John Cena, keep him where he is, okay? 15 World Championships is still a really good run, okay? Some would say it's more than Cena deserves. I'm not going to say that. But yeah. Anyway, I was going on a tangent. So I want to talk about the other team a little bit. Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler is getting screwed, if I can be honest. I mean, he's kind of just stuck nowhere. He had, like, the run with the Intercontinental Championship however many times in, like, the past year. I don't know. I mean, I know he won it but did he win it or lose it at TLC? I can't even remember. That's how unmemorable his run with the Intercontinental title was for me. I think he's had at least 1 or 2 shots with the World Heavyweight Championship. I think he should probably have one more, because I think Dolph Ziggler has that charisma, the athletic ability to be a great world champion. It's just WWE won't let him for whatever reason. Speaking of which, actually this whole face team is pretty much what I just described with Dolph Ziggler. We have Cesaro. They've dropped the ball with Cesaro. I mean, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, not Royale. And it just went downhill from there. He didn't do really anything noteworthy since then. I mean, he had, like, his run with the United States Championship, which again makes no sense. I don't like it when a US, person from outside the United States holds the United States Championship. It just bewilders me. And then his brief run, well, it wasn't brief, it was a while, with the Real Americans. That went against Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter's character, because they're all talking about, people who come into the country and all of that, and yet you've got Cesaro with them, who's from Switzerland. I don't care if you say within the storyline he's reformed now, he's part of the United States, because it doesn't work. It doesn't go with what Zeb Coulter and that were saying. It just made no sense to me. I want him to become a champion, like World Heavyweight Champion, or, well, not WWE Champion. Just give him another run. Oh, no, he hasn't had a run. Give him a run with the title. I want that next year. It'd be cool if he won the Royal Rumble, and then I think it'd be at WrestleMania. It'd be cool to see him versus Seth Rollins for the title. I think that would be a really good WrestleMania match. But no. And then we have Neville, which the only thing I've seen of NXT was NXT Respect, and I really enjoyed watching that. So much so I'm really thinking of getting into NXT, and why I haven't done it sooner, I don't know. But with 2K16 coming out and NXT playing a presence in that game, especially roster-wise, yeah, I might as well get myself into some NXT. I think Neville should really have a run with the Intercontinental title. I think that'd be really cool to see Neville hold that belt. And then hopefully at some point he can go on to bigger and better things, such as the world title. It'd be really cool to see Neville hold next year's Money in the Bank. I'd love to see that and have with him with the briefcase. But obviously, as you can probably tell, I'm picking the team of Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville. I'm not going to watch the match, so I'm not going to comment on it, but I'm just going to comment on, you know, who won and all of that. Alright, so then I'm looking over here and just thinking of what I can talk about next. I don't want to talk about the big matches first. Fuck it, we'll go Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, Ryback back in 2012, I was a massive fan of Ryback. And then once they kind of did the heel turn with him, it's been kind of like a downhill spiral. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's just been downhill for poor Ryback. They've tried doing something new with him, giving some more mic time, but I think that's the thing. WWE now expects all of their talent to be the total package. They're supposed to have charisma, they're supposed to have mic skills, they're supposed to have the athletic ability. I think all of them, to a degree, have an athletic ability, but you're not going to have charisma with all of them. Look at Roman Reigns. He is a fierce competitor. You put him on the mic, and the crowd, you know, you lose the crowd right there when you put Roman Reigns on the mic. Ryback is someone who... you gotta know Ryback's strengths. You don't have him go to the top rope, even though he can do that occasionally, that's fine. But you just have to know what Ryback is and utilize upon those strengths. Because when you have him try and do other stuff, it's going to show where he's not so good at. Another case in point is his mic skills. They're not the worst by any means, but they're not the best. Just have him as this, like, you know, big guy that can just smash through people, just like Ryback was in 2012. That Ryback I would want as World Heavyweight Champion. This Ryback, not so much. And his run with the Intercontinental title wasn't a good run. I mean, sadly he was injured literally almost immediately into his run. I think giving Owens the championship was probably the best move, but I don't like Kevin Owens' character. I mean, those kind of dick characters just... I know you're supposed to hate them, but I hate them beyond that. The Ascension were other ones that, you know, when I saw the Ascension, I'm like, they look cool. Of course, I hadn't seen NXT, but I just was going based off their visually striking look. And then, you know, they start talking all this shit about legendary tag teams, and they've shot themselves in the foot with the Ascension. Same thing with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens would be awesome. Yeah, have him be a heel, that's fine. But just do away with these dick characters that are just like, oh, I don't give a shit, it's just a paycheck, because it's just fucking stupid, okay? But I'm picking Owens to win this match, just because I never like when people hold the title and then they lose it back to the people they won it from. It's like, what was the fucking point of giving them the title in the first place? I always think that, you know, when you lose a title, you should always... when you win a title, you should never lose it back to the person you won it from. It's just a bad move, because it makes the whole fucking thing seem like... Like, I'm talking like, if like a few months have passed, sure, that's fine. But if it's like literally the next pay-per-view, or in some cases the next night, then what's the fucking point of the whole thing? You know? Just stupid. Let's talk about the first of two Hell in a Cell matches. Got Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. I'm really torn with this match. I don't know which way to go on it. I want to say at some point there's going to be interference somehow from someone in the Wyatt family, or from Dean Ambrose, or even Randy Orton might show up and, you know, because the whole allegedly, you know, he was attacked or he went missing. I don't know if that's like an actual injury that Randy Orton sustained, and so he's out, or whether it was just storyline wise, but I don't know. I'm gonna say, see, I can't even remember who have won the previous matches. It's just one of those rivalries that have just kind of went on for too long, and I've just sort of lost interest in the whole thing. Because it's been going since Money in the Bank. So they could have just wrapped this whole thing up months back. But they haven't. They've drawn it out, and I want to say Bray Wyatt's going to win. But then, like, you know, that'd end the whole thing on kind of a dim note. But then, with Roman Reigns winning, that would just continue the feud, because I feel if Roman Reigns won, Bray Wyatt would just keep going, you know, until he got a victory. So I'm going to pick Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I just feel like Bray needs a little something. You know, I would love to see Bray with the title at one point, but the way they're going, no. Let's talk about the tag match for the tag team titles, obviously. The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and or Xavier Woods versus the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon. Again, I'm really fucking torn with this one. Mainly because I want the Dudley Boys to have another run with the titles. That'd be cool to see. My only fucking problem would be the fact that I think it's only right for them to win it in a table match. I mean, I kind of want to say that this is do or die for the Dudleys. Like, if they don't win this match, please don't give them another shot. I mean, as bad as this tag team division is at the moment, just give someone else a shot. The Lucha Dragons, I mean, I think they have potential to become a good tag team. They're just stuck in a rut at the moment. Just give someone another shot at the title. But I'm gonna pick the Dudley Boys just because I really want to see them. I'm pretty much 99% sure the New Day will win, but I'm gonna pick the Dudley Boys. Let's talk the Open Challenge for the United States Championship. The whole rumor going on was that it was going to be Tyler Breeze, but for those who watched SmackDown, he debuted at SmackDown. So, and plus I didn't really want that to happen because it just wouldn't make real sense. Allegedly, there's talks of Cena going on a bit of a vacation for however long, so I reckon whoever it is, I don't know who it could possibly be. Some are saying it's going to be Ziggler, and that Ziggler's going to turn heel in the pre-show. I don't really want that to happen, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be, but I picked the mystery person to beat Cena. Mainly just, some are saying Samoa Joe also. Please don't, okay? Please don't bring Joe up to the main roster. I'm already pissed off that Samoa Joe made the cut for WWE 2K16, yet you've got people like Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Bayley who aren't in the game. Okay, quick rant. 2K came out and said that they only debuted on the... Obviously with the exception of Bayley, who's not on the main roster yet. They said that these women have only debuted on the main roster a few months ago. I can't remember exactly when, but, you know, not that long ago. Yet Samoa Joe only came into NXT... Not, I don't even know when. It wasn't that long ago. And the only thing he's done since he's been here is cripple Tyson Kidd. 2K, what the fuck? You can't say that, oh, they weren't on the main roster until recently. They've been a big part of NXT, I might add. But then you have Samoa Joe. And I don't give a shit if he was in talks to be with the company for however long. But I don't give a shit. You've got people on this roster like, you know, General Adnan, I think he's on the roster because Colonel Mustafa is. I didn't even want Colonel Mustafa to be in 2K15. I mean, fine, yeah, sure, that's fine, but that was story mode. What's the point of them being in this game? I don't want Lord Steven Regal or, you know, Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm never going to use them. I'd much rather have Sasha Banks and Bayley and all of that. That's the thing that 2K are trumpeting right now, is that we've got the largest roster ever. Just because you've got the largest roster ever does not mean it's the best roster ever. Your roster's pretty lackluster in terms of who's in there. Half of it's, or pretty much all of it, is just the DLC from 2K15. I just give up. I don't think anyone would want these guys in the game. Anyway, moving on. What an opportune time to talk about the Divas match. Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. I don't want Nikki to get the title back, again, with the same reason I don't want Ryback to win it back from Owens. I feel like Paige is probably going to play a part in the match. Maybe she'll make sure Charlotte wins, or Nikki Bella wins. I just don't want Nikki with the title again. Keep it on Charlotte. Make Charlotte prove that she's a good champion, because right now she's not really showing us anything, and she's being overshadowed by Paige. Like, you know, this whole rivalry with Paige is like what's happening, and not the fact that she's the champion. And I know it's all stemmed from the fact that she's the champion, but whatever. So yeah, I pick Charlotte. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match, which I wish this was a Hell in a Cell. I would have picked this match to be Hell in a Cell over the Roman Reigns one. Why can't we have 3 Hell in a Cell matches? I just wish this would have, because, I mean, Kane would have thrived in that environment. So yeah, we have Seth Rollins versus Kane for the World Heavyweight title. If Demon Kane loses, Corporate Kane will be fired. Now, before this stipulation was added, my pick was Kane, because I think Kane is kind of underrated. Not so much now. I think they kind of dropped the ball with him. But like 90, 97 Kane to like, even when the early days of when he unmasked, I loved that Kane. Now he's just kind of Even before Corporate Kane, like, I think they need to introduce a new mask, like a better looking outfit in general. Something more similar to, say, his, like, 99 attire, because that's my favourite. I think it'd be cool to go back to an all-face mask. That'd be awesome to see. But now that they've put in this stipulation that if Demon Kane loses, Corporate Kane will be fired from his role as Director of Operations, I want that to happen just so we can get Demon Kane full-time. Although, I feel like what could potentially happen is Kane could win, but then we get a Sheamus cash-in, which then leads to a triple threat, and that would be, I mean, if they're reluctant to give Kane the title, that's kind of the perfect way around it. You know, Corporate Kane keeps his job, but then you get the cash-in from Sheamus. I don't know. I mean, there's too many ways. That's the problem when you have the World Heavyweight title on the line. You also have to factor in the cash-in. I mean, you know, sometimes it's obvious when it's going to happen, but sometimes it isn't. I'm going to pick Seth Rollins for the win. I hope he wins clean. I can't stand that Seth Rollins just isn't proving himself as a heel and he's kind of like the cowardly character. Because, you know, I'm alright with cocky characters as long as they back it up. Not the whole cowardly shit that, you know, whatever. So yeah, I'm picking Seth Rollins to win, and that's mainly just coming from the fact that I want Demon Kane back full-time now. So yeah, I'm picking Seth for the win. Moving on to what I can only anticipate and presume to be the main event. The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm not sure if I've said it before, but The Undertaker is my favourite wrestler of all time. And it brought a tear to my eye when Lesnar broke the streak. I wasn't angry. I wasn't, you know, how the fuck could they do this? I mean, because really, I've been mad that the streak has gone this long. I think the perfect time to end it would have been WrestleMania 28, when you had that walk-off at the end with Michaels, Triple H, and Undertaker all walking off together, and that was just like the perfect ending of the streak. I think that was 20-0. Yeah, it was. Then you had the fucking whole rushed thing with CM Punk. When he came back, I was like, yeah, The Undertaker's, he's here to fucking do a new WrestleMania fucking feud. And I was really pissed off. Because, you know, that was just the perfect time to end it. And then WrestleMania 30 comes along, and one of the worst matches The Undertaker's ever done. It was so upsetting to see The Undertaker go out, not fighting, but he got concussed. And I mean, I understand that when you've got, I forget how old he is, but he's 50 or in his 50s. And he was just getting demolished. That was really upsetting to see. And yeah. But then come WrestleMania 31, I thought he looked great. Arguably, he looked just as good as, say, like, when he returned at, like, WrestleMania 20 and, like, onwards. I thought he looked really good. He was in really great form. And then we get the SummerSlam match. He looked phenomenal. That match was I loved that match to death. The only thing I object to was the ending. And here's what. They're trying to make The Undertaker a heel. Like, it's quite obvious that's what they were going for. But it doesn't work. When you got a character like The Undertaker, who is respected and loved by, like, all fans, pretty much. I mean, just go and watch the end of WrestleMania 30. You've just got all that respect. I mean, there is that one twat in the crowd when you can quite clearly hear him say, "You suck, Undertaker." I just would have wished Undertaker would have jumped the barricade and just smashed the snot out of that disrespectful piece of shit. But yeah, it was just, you know, it's not going to work when you try and make him a heel. I mean, yeah, it worked back when he was heel, back whenever he was, like all those few times. But that was early Undertaker. Now he has grown to become one of the most respected men in the industry. And for him to just kind of, you know, do the stuff he did at the end of the SummerSlam match, and for the way it went down, it brought the whole match to just a screaming halt. And I know what Vince was going for. He wanted Undertaker to win the match, but he wanted, he didn't see a way for, you know, for the Undertaker to beat Brock. But, I mean, it was so shit. They could have they could have even fought to a draw. Like, you know, neither man could beat the count. They both fell to their feet and, like, they couldn't get up. They beat the shit out of each other. That would have been a much better way to end it. And that brings me to my choice for this match. I think what I just said is probably going to apply. However, I don't want it to end on that note. There needs to be a clear winner in this whole thing. And if Lesnar wins, you know, who's to say The Undertaker won't pull this shit again? And if The Undertaker wins, who's to say Lesnar won't be happy with the outcome? I think this would just be so good to see. If Undertaker wins, and we see something unprecedented, we see Lesnar hold out his hand to The Undertaker, and they just shake hands. No last minute, boom, up on the shoulders, F5. And then Lesnar just walks off. I understand Lesnar is a heel. Well, actually, I don't see that at all. Lesnar's a character that you perceive. Much like The Undertaker. The Undertaker's not a face. He's not a heel. You just perceive him as whatever you perceive him to be. Exactly the same with Lesnar. Lesnar's just a beast who bashes people. It doesn't fucking matter who. If you're a heel, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. If you're a face, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. Doesn't matter who you are. You're gonna get the shit beat out of you. You're going to Suplex City. He doesn't have a personality. He just beats the shit out of you. That's why he has Paul Heyman with him. Paul Heyman, for all intents and purposes, you know, is a heel, I guess. But it's all about how you perceive Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. If you perceive them, if you like them, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. It's just a matter of how you perceive them to be. I don't think that that's why people always, or mostly, have a hard time picking between who they want to win. Because neither a heel and neither a face. It's just how you perceive them. And so I'm picking The Undertaker to win. Not only that, I'm saying, Undertaker, please retire after this. Because, I mean, if you can put on a show like you did at SummerSlam, the only thing that ruined that SummerSlam was the match. The only thing that ruined that match at SummerSlam was the ending. If Undertaker and Lesnar fight for like half an hour, like, I would easily watch that match, even if it's like, of course you then have to take into account, could the Undertaker wrestle for half an hour? And in all honesty, I don't think so. Maybe if it's like a 20-minute match, I'll be happy. If it's anything less than that, I'll be kind of like, I just think it should be a really lengthy match, or just however long The Undertaker can. And if it's a good match, then, you know, keep it going, you know? No, don't keep it going. The one thing I don't want to happen to The Undertaker is what happened at WrestleMania 30. I don't want to see The Undertaker do that again. Everyone's saying that they would love to see Sting versus Undertaker. I think Sting's career is over after the injuries he sustained at Night of Champions. And Undertaker is arguably in a lot... Oh, no, not arguably. He is in a lot better shape than WrestleMania 30. I remember after WrestleMania 30, and before, obviously, WrestleMania 31, I said a Sting versus Undertaker match would never work because the two men in that would be in that match are fucked. But Sting versus Undertaker, yeah, it would be a good match. I'd hope, anyway. Would I like to see it? Yeah. But, I mean, I still don't know whether or not I would like to see it. If it did happen, I would hope that that would be both men's last match. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to pitch this. Undertaker wins at Hell in a Cell, which I'm picking to happen. He then disappears and re-emerges for WrestleMania time, as he always does, and has a fight with Sting. However, I would like for both men to go into the Hall of Fame that year, and then end their careers that year. All at WrestleMania. It just would feel right. I don't want The Undertaker to keep going and going until... I feel this comeback that he's had has kind of wiped the slate clean from WrestleMania 30, where I'm glad that's not the memory Undertaker left behind. Because that match was just so sad to just see that happen. And it was just kind of whole depressing, and just, you know, The Undertaker pretty much nearly died in that match. I mean, let's face it. But these two matches he's had this year, he's been on great form. And I just don't want to see him, you know, continue to wrestle until his body gets fucked again and he almost dies in the middle of the ring. Again, or worse, and I don't ever want to say it, but... or ever see it happen, or whatever, but... or... he does die in the ring, because it's been known to happen. Not so much in WWE, but like in a lot of other companies, you know, people have died in the ring, in the middle of the ring, while they were competing. Or have died on their way to the hospital, or whatever. And I just don't want that to happen to Undertaker. I mean, he's had health issues, and... yeah, it's just... this is kind of going into a place where I just don't want to talk. So, there's my predictions for the card. Yeah, I pick Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville to win. I pick Undertaker to win. I pick Bray Wyatt to win. Seth Rollins to win. Charlotte to win. Dudley Boyz to win. Kevin Owens to win. And whoever John Cena's opponent will be, I pick him for the win. So yeah, that's that, guys. I mean, I don't want to say leave your comments in the description below. Leave your comments in the comment section below. You can't leave them in the description. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I mean, I doubt... I mean, when you'll be watching this, the show will probably be done by now, because it's currently 9:01. And, I mean, the pre-show starts in like an hour, and the actual show starts in like 2. Again, I won't be watching it until like 1 o'clock with Rob, and I'll probably be doing videos for that. But yeah, guys, so let me know what you thought of the subject matter I've discussed in this. I have a custom video coming up, a custom action figure. It's actually edited, so I'll probably upload that after all the Hell in a Cell videos. Yeah, and thanks to the Tim for editing that. I was thinking of doing WWE 2K16 reactions, not playthroughs, reactions. But I've just decided that my brother's going to be buying a capture card for his YouTube channel. Don't know when, but he'll be doing it. So I figured I'd just, borrow his whenever he's not using it. And that way I could have, actually show some footage for once. Because, yeah, it wasn't the best decision to do playthrough videos, despite the fact I couldn't actually capture the screen in any way. So, and I could put whatever kind of name, reactions, playthroughs, whatever on there, but in the end they were playthroughs and were intended to be, so, yeah. It was just basically down to sheer laziness and the fact that I couldn't have anything, or not laziness, but lack of tech, I guess, because I couldn't go out and buy a capture card, because that's the thing, I would go out and buy all this technology and stuff, but problem is I've been stung before. I've, you know, gone out and investigated and asked people what blank should I buy. They tell me I buy that and it's crap to me. Case in point is my camera. If you've seen my old videos, you'll know just how bad that camera was. It was really shitty quality. The audio was horrible. The noise of the camera rolling was terrible and annoying. And I really just want to delete all those old videos with a select few remaining ones that I just can't remake or redo, such as like my birthday vlogs. And despite the fact that, you know, hardly anyone's going to watch those, I just like, you know, if I get bored one day, I just like to go back and relive those memories, despite the fact they're not really well captured. So, that's that, guys. Went on for a bit too long. I know, I always do. So, I've currently in talks with Phoenix Fire about doing another channel. Just a channel with him and I. I'm not gonna talk too much details about it until we've finalized everything and we can give you the definite on when it's going to go up and what's going to be happening on there. It is going to be based off one subject and we'll just be discussing that. So now that means we've got this channel, we got Thick Plus Fin Productions, we'll have this channel, we've got Babylon 5, we've got another channel which is going to be a little bit different, not really something you see on this channel a lot, well, really at all. But again, that's going to be kept on the down low between the Tim, Phoenix Fire, and myself. And I don't know if I'm gonna make a Lumpy Plays channel. I'm probably just going to upload everything onto this channel because this channel isn't a set thing. It doesn't have a set content. I don't do, like, you know, this is for strictly this or that. That was a weird phase. There we go. Yeah, it's just for whatever. So, yeah, guys, I'm really excited for 2K16 to come out. Right now, currently, I'm going through 2K15 and trying to get all the achievements before 2K16's release. Sad thing about that is the ones I have to do are some of the longest ones to get in the game, such as the win 180 rivalry matches in Universe mode. I just got done with the secret achievement, the Moneymaker one, which is earned 1 million virtual credit. So, yeah, there was that. Then I just have to compete at WrestleMania, or participate in WrestleMania in my career, which I'm actually going to do very soon. I'm just at SummerSlam now, and then right around the corner will be WrestleMania. And then I just have to win the WWE Championship. And then that's it. All the offline achievements I want to add, because I don't like playing online with anyone. I've been stung in the past, and I just I always get so frustrated playing online with people. So yeah, plus there's the lag and shit, which is never good. So, yeah, I might do a little bit of a rant on 2K15, actually, at some point this week. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. See what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, I just kind of want to do a rant on 2K15 and just everything I hated about it. And I'll probably do a review of 2K16 at some point when, like, all the DLC comes out so I can get the full scope of the game. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I'll get this uploaded. It'll probably upload just before the pre-show. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of this video. I'm probably gonna... I really want to try and condense myself a bit more on this channel and not like go on a tangent so often, but it's really hard because that's just the kind of person I am, and it's hard for me to try and be someone else. I just can't, of course, except for when I'm like, you know, acting, because that's what I do. But yeah, guys, head on over to all of the channels in the link below, links in the description below. Head on over to all of them. And, yeah, I'll see you for the 2K15 rant if I decide to make that. Well, I'll see you later today for the Hell in a Cell. It's either going to be a recap or the reaction chunks, like I did with Battleground. Reactions at the end of each match, and they'll be uploaded separately. But yeah, guys, I shall see you later today, probably joined by Rob. Until then, take care, see ya, bye. I don't know. Bye, guys.